Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shabana Osman presenting to you the 11th episode of our relationship series. In the previous episodes, we were tackling the topic marriage, and the first ingredient of your marriage to be successful and essential is your relationship with Allah. The second one is you yourself, you knowing you and knowing what you want in the marriage. And Allah describes what is it that is needed in a marriage as its ingredients, and that we described with the word libas, which is what was most beautifully explained by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now we look at the third most critical aspect of what makes a marriage prosper, and that is communication. After you know what you want in your marriage and having that connection with Allah, the third aspect of it is knowing how to communicate. More often than not, unfortunately, we are not able to express ourselves. And often when we are entering into a dialogue, what happens is we do not listen. And whenever we are communicating, we are ready to defend ourselves. We are ready to evaluate the other person. We judge people. We feel judged in the communication, and that is not communication. Unfortunately, as a lawyer, that's one of the biggest crises we have when we're handling marriages. Most couples have not even communicated the basics. I'll give you one simple example. Let's say a wife wants her husband to come home early and she wants to spend time with him and have dinner with him. But how does she communicate it? She'll say, "You work too much." That's being judgmental. And yet if she simply put across that, "I want to spend time with you, can you come early and we have dinner together?" That the husband will easily say, "Okay, sure." He won't feel judged. He won't feel offended, and immediately he will look to how he can be available. And that is what is lacking in our communication. We are busy judging, we are busy feeling judged, and we do not express our requests clearly. So what ends up happening? Couples end up stonewalling from each other. Couples end up feeling dissatisfied. Couples end up feeling like they are unfulfilled, and all why? Because they have not communicated what it is they want in their relationship. They have not expressed what is required in their relationship. And yet our deen is so clear. You have to be clear in your communication. We are not able to depict what's going on in another person's mind. We don't know what goes on in another person's heart. And so how will somebody know what's on your mind and what is in your heart and what you need and what you hope to have? So it is very important to learn the skill of communication. And you cannot express yourself unless you know what you want. And that is why it is important to first identify and know what it is that you want, and then be able to communicate and express your feelings and your desires clearly, and so that the other person can be able to move the process of making you happy and you can make them happy. And that is the essence of marriage, where you can find tranquility with each other, where you are able to also fulfill your obligation as parents then. Why? Because when communication is not good in a relationship, what happens? That is the communication the children will learn. Do you want your children to learn your broken communication? Do you want, because of lack of communication, to end up at the Qadi's office only merely because you could not express yourself and your spouse could not clearly understand you, and both of you are up in arms because you missed the one ingredient that was so important in your marriage, and that is clear communication. I hope that was useful. Enroll for our program on relationship, and we hope you can be able to benefit yourself and your spouse and your family as you grow and understand yourself better in this relationship journey. Assalamu alaikum.